Oh, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Uh, that does not feel good. This was a very, 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 very winnable game, and we lost it. They shot really well. I don't even know what to say. I didn't even want to do a show. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta like process these emotions. That's like I'm like really frustrated from a few different angles. Right? It's like we played well enough to win the game. You had the Randall Masterclass going. Uh, we played well enough to win the game. We had small after fighting back into the game and getting the lead. Like we're a better team than them, and so once we got like that 5 point lead with like 4 or 5 minutes left, I need us to put that one away. And so not putting it away, they still shot well. I think that we sank in a little too bit much on a couple of those Prince threes, and especially in the second half and the fourth quarter. Um, I think that the refs were terrible. I mean, just awful. Like McDaniel's got away with two offensive fouls pushing off Jalen. One of them he got a foul call for, which I think is insane, especially considering RJ drove to the basket and Nikhil Alexander Walker was moving, and they called the charge, and RJ didn't drop his shoulder, and Jaden McDaniels Heisman Jalen Brunson and got a foul call. So the refs were awful, but I mean, like we could have won this game. Like even being down six and then getting that big steal and staying in it and it being a 3 point game and then getting the stop. Julius, bro, you gotta get that board, bro. You gotta get that board. Like that board is right. I'm not gonna put the whole game on anybody, of course. But like, bro, the board is in your hand. You can't go not now is not the time to go nonchalantly for rebounds. We need that Julius that was trying to pad those numbers for the All Star break, whatever it may be. We need the Julius that was here when he felt like he had to make up for Mitch being out. I've been saying that. Go aggressively attack rebounds, especially with like 15 seconds on the clock, bro. Like what? Oh, like that lazy rebound is just. I mean, there's no saying we would have won the game regardless, but we would have had a chance to. And then the tech on top of it, it just. Oh, that hurts. That really, really hurts. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. We deserve to win this game. We deserve to win. We deserved great vibes tonight. Not like that, man. Whatever. Let's get to the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Knicks fans here, there, and abound. Welcome to Postgame Pouting with I Hate Sean. This is Postgame Pouting. I Hate Sean. And the Knicks took a 140 to 134 loss tonight against the Wolves. Game that we were very much in. Game that we should have had. Very, 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 very disappointing. I think a few things could have gone differently. They attacked Jalen Brunson a lot down the stretch. We, you know, I think we didn't match up well height wise. I think that I understand RJ not closing this game. I think it could have helped us though, and that's the thing, right? Like tonight, and maybe I'm tripping. Let me see. Maybe I'm tripping. Uh, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you guys, first off, 57 points for Julius Randle, 4 boards, 1 assist, 19 of 29 from the field, 8 of 14 from three, 11 for 13 from the free throw line. Historic night shooting the ball. Needed at least another rebound. Uh, Needed some better defense, but historic night offensively for sure. Jalen Brunson, 23 points, 10 assists, 9 of 18 from the field, 1 of 3 from three. Quick gave us 19 off the bench, 6 for 16, 2 for 7 from three, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Um, RJ had 13 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from three, uh, 27 minutes. Um, I just, Hartenstein over Mitch was an interesting choice to me. I mean, Hartenstein had good moments this game, so like I'm not gonna say it was crazy, but like I would have had Mitchell Robinson on the floor, and if you didn't have Mitchell Robinson on the floor, I might have even and this is where I want to see different things sometimes, right? And I'm not saying that. Look, I'm saying these things. I don't even really know what to talk about, to be honest. I barely want to do a show. I'm just spitballing because we lost the game. When you win the game, no matter what you did, it worked out, so you don't really say much. When you lose the game, you think about what maybe you could have done differently. And these are the times where I want to see things like, let's throw Julius at the five. If we're not gonna play, like it's not like I don't know. It's not like they're gonna throw the ball down to Rudy Gobert in the post and like post up. I feel like we could have thrown Julius at the five, made Rudy Gobert have to guard Julius or guard somebody on the perimeter, and like really started to do damage that way. Also opened up the paint that way. Like that's how you counter to something else. And so I wish I want to see us do things like that. I want to see us attempt things like that in different moments to be able to see if maybe we could have gotten a different outcome. I would have appreciated that tonight. What were they gonna do if Julius was at the five and Rudy Gobert had to? They weren't gonna put him on Julius, so Rudy Gobert would have had to guard Josh Hart or RJ or Quick or Brent. It, hey man, let's just go straight to the comments so we can get out of here. Oh. Nick said, to say that hurts is a bit of an understatement. Understatement, bro. Ouch. Ouch. This is not the one we're supposed to lose. Not at all, man. Not at all. Jonathan Blair said, flukiest one I've ever seen. Torian Prince, what is going on in here, man? Bro, honestly, Torian Prince, bro. Torian Prince. Oh, I'm disgusted. I don't even want to look at their stat lines. I'm so disgusted. Uncle Al said, I'm sick. I'm sick as well, brother. Knicks tape said they all shot like the 17 Warriors and we still should have won. That's the craziest part, bro. They had like one of the most outlier shooting performances of all time, and we still should have won this game. We still had this game by some of our own faults, and also the referees were just so terrible, bro. Like I'm so tired of games not being called evenly, bro. Like there's just certain things like it doesn't make any sense. The fact that McDaniels got away with that last one, the one before that where they called the foul was so crazy to me because, bro, if you go back, I don't know why Clyde said he forced it, and somebody said, oh, it was RJ should have passed, but that was a bad call. But it's like, well, if you're saying that was a bad call, then you can't really say that RJ should have passed because if it's a bad call, you're acknowledging that he got to the basket and got an and one. So, like, why should he have passed? It was a good take. That was a terrible call. Clyde said he forced it. I don't know how. His man is moving on a fast break. He goes to the basket, doesn't drop a shoulder or anything. Offensive foul on R.J. Barrett. Jaden McDaniels drives baseline. Heisman stiff arms Jalen Brunson to the ground and gets a foul call for it. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. There were some very, very, very questionable calls tonight. But, I just feel like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, however much time was left, 5-point lead. You got to put that game away. You got to put that game away. And the reason that we ended up losing it, or the play that ended our opportunity to win it, the play that took away our opportunity to win it, where Julius gives up the rebound, that's part of how we gave the lead up at the end of the game. There has to be a sense of urgency. Like if you're tired, I don't know. He got a solid rest. I mean, I can't speak for how tired anybody is, but he came back in the game with like 7 minutes. He got a 5-minute rest to start the fourth quarter. Like if you got to be able to get, bro. I'm a firm. I mean, he was cooking tonight. I'm not, but it's like, bro, if you got to take a break, take the break on offense, bro. You can't take the break on the defensive end. You can't take the break on the boards. Not in crunch time, bro. Not in crunch time, and that lack of urgency, the weakness moving to the ball, the nonchalant energy defensively on the boards toward that that cost us. That cost us. Them being able to kind of hunt Jalen, I mean, and get away with offensive fouls cost us. Uh, yeah, man, that's painful. That's tough, man. That's really tough. Big Task at Hand said it's always these below average teams or below average players. To be honest, like we've played bad teams pretty well, or like I mean, Minnesota without Anthony Edwards is a game you should win. That's part of why it hurts the most because like outside of like the Hornets game, like there aren't too many games where I feel like, oh my goodness, I can't believe we lost. Like we normally take care of business in those games, so that makes us hurt even more. Nick Tape said, huge shout outs to the Sergeant though. Yeah, great performance offensively. Great performance. Way to get the steal. Put the pressure on Conley toward the end of the game. Get that extra opportunity. Yeah. Randall got to get that bound. That's a fact. Ethan Randall definitely got to get that bound. The clear push off not getting called, ridiculous. Nick Tape said the rest of it's like 5 calls on the last rebound too. Nah, man, I'm not. The last rebound isn't calls, bro. Go get the board, bro. I don't want to hear about you saying you got fouled. You went for the board like you were like, I don't like in a layup line. Like, go get the board, bro. Like if you go get that board, strong ass Julius Randle, like you don't have the issue of Kyle Anderson being able to take the ball out of your hand over your shoulder. Go get the board, bro. Go get the board. But he knows that. You feel me? And I feel like that's why he was so upset. That's why he got the tech. He threw the ball because he knew it. Then he got the tech. But it's like, yeah, you got the tech because you threw the ball. Yeah, you weren't throwing it because of the ref, but like you threw the ball. You can't do that. But you don't end up throwing the ball if you just get the rebound. So it's like he was really upset. But all of that just comes back to him, honestly, unfortunately. But, that is where the buck stops on that one. Great game from him. I'm not saying he's why we lost it, but you can't have those moments. Can't, because if that happens and this is the thing, right? It's not the end of the world. It hurts, whatever. If we lose a playoff game like that, I'm going to be livid. And that's my thing. Like, you got to have a sense of urgency at the end of basketball games. You got to close basketball games out. It's got to be like life or death. With this much time on the clock in this situation in a game that we fought back in there, hitting on everything that's going on, you have to go get that ball. You have to be attentive for closeouts. You can't just be giving away threes to guys who are 7 for 7 with 2 minutes on the clock. You can't do that. You just can't do that. So like, there's got to be. If you're tired, bro, figure it out. I'm sorry, you're gonna get tired in the playoffs too. If you're tired tonight, you're gonna be tired in the playoffs. Figure it out, because we can't drop games like that in the playoffs. It is what it is. We are where we are. We move on. We bounce back. Next game, we come to Miami. I'll be out there. You feel me? Let's get a dub. Let's take care of business. But, like, this right here got to be nipped in the bud for the playoffs. You cannot be in the playoffs giving half-ass effort down the stretch, half-ass going up for rebounds. That's not going to cut it. We lose a game like this in the playoffs, and I got to be talking about, damn, we could have won this series if at the end of Game 5, Julius would have grabbed. Nah. And that goes for everybody. It's not just a Julius thing. There has to be a sense of urgency to close out games and take care of business, plain and simple. There cannot be any mental lapses or, like, effort lapses, especially. We can't have effort lapses at the end of basketball games. It's too crucial. At this point in the season, we need to start treating every single game like a playoff game, playing every single game with playoff intensity, so we don't have to make an adjustment to playing with playoff intensity by the time we get to the playoffs. Randall gonna get that board. That's facts. RJ should have closed over IQ. I mean, IQ was hooping at a point. He took some questionable shots today. Not a lot, but a couple of questionable shots. This hurts. Vito said, needed Torian Prince to steal Steph Curry's talent and the refs to beat us, man. Pretty much. That's really what it came down to, honestly. Nobody said, have the Knicks heard of guarding the 3-point line? Guess not. Blood said, new win streak loading. That's a fact, Blood. For real, new win streak loading. Damn it, man. Wesley said, this one hurt, but there's still a lot to be happy about from our guys. We'll like some of those calls to go our way, but ultimately we just didn't play defense. It's got to be better. First half, I think they were cooking. They couldn't miss. Second half, we gave up a lot of, like, especially down the stretch of the game, man. We gave up a lot of opportunities. Just like, bro, like, why is he open? Like, why are you closing out, like, so so like lackadaisically. Like, do you know what point of the game it is? Do you know it's a close basketball game? Like, you got to get out there, bro. Ethan said, like on that play where we barely got the inbound in late, I really hated that IQ4 shot. Hated it. Hated that shot. Hated that shot. That was a terrible shot. Not gonna lie. Everything about that possession was just terrible. It had a couple really bad possessions. That's another thing. Offensively, we had some bad possessions. We had some bad possessions in crunch time tonight. KO3 NYC said, shove Brunson and you good. That was the game plan for the Wolves. Clearly. Ethan said, refs really ruined the historic night too. Refs definitely did, and we did. It really hurts. Amazing said, man, this one hurts. Ouch. You know the vibes. Ouch. Very painful indeed. Nick's tape said, Prince had more points tonight than in each of his last 5. Like in total. That's disgusting. That's really painful. I hate hearing that. Nobody said, I think letting Prince go 8 for 8 from 3 ruined the night personally. Yeah, 8 for 8 from 3, especially Victoria and Prince, is just so disgusting. So disgusting. Nick said, LOL. What's good? Wixel said, terrible loss indeed. Very, very, very terrible loss. Nick Tape said, tough L, but we move on, in my opinion. It is what it is. Very tough L. Our only choice is to move on. John Bracken said, Tori and Prince can't even score 35 on 2K, bro. John, that's a fact. That's a fact. Amazing said, defense cost us early and then again later. That's a fact indeed. Ethan said, Prince is a league average 3-point shooter at a low volume. 8 for 8 tonight. Insane. Nick's tape said, but I genuinely cannot believe the refs did not call that blatant offensive foul on McDaniels. Wild. Absolutely wild. Ethan said, that is ungodly frustrating. Indeed. Nick's tape said, and Julius low-key got fouled on the board too. Not giving him any grace there. Go get the damn board. Nobody said this is all chalked up to defensive effort. Definitely got to give a better defensive effort, especially at the end of the game. Amazing said, hate to see a Randall gem go to waste. Definitely hate to see it. Hate to see a Randall gem go to waste. Hate to see it, also kind of being on Randall as it went to waste. Nick's tape, not the whole game solely, but Nick's tape said, like, come on, son. I agree. K13 NYC said, I didn't think it was a tough loss. Refs let Brunson get shoved all around, and Wolves needed this win. It's all good. These feel like playoff losses. We will get the next one. I don't want to feel playoff losses. I'm not going to lie. And the Wolves without Anthony Edwards aren't a playoff team. I don't want to feel playoff losses. I want it to feel like a playoff win. And so I get it, but the playoff losses are tough losses. That's a tough-ass loss. That hurts. So, yeah, I'm treating these games like playoff games over this last stretch. And I need to take care of everything. I need to see good habits. I need to see us closing games well. And, the refs were terrible tonight, but we got to do a better job for sure. We got to do a better job. Nick's tape said, blaming Julius is kind of crazy, not going to lie. Not blaming Julius. I don't think anybody should be blaming Julius. Like, the guy had 57 points. Like, I don't think anybody should be blaming Julius. But we can definitely acknowledge that Julius Randle had some plays that contributed to the game not being won. As did, most of the team. But, yeah, man, you gotta close out. Torian Prince was 7 for 7. He made like a lazy closeout. It's just like, bro, he's 7 for 7. Like 7. It's not 1 for 1. It's not 2 for 2. He's 7 for 7. And then that rebound, bro. Like this, I'm not gonna. I feel like I don't even want to talk about the rebound much more because it's just like, what are we gonna do? We can't go back. So I would hope he doesn't do that again. That's my thing. Next time that there's 10 to 15 seconds on the clock and it's a one possession ball game and you get to stop, please aggressively go for the rebound, snare it, rebound it aggressively, act like you're taking it from one of your teammates. Whatever that was can't happen again, especially not at the end of a playoff game. So, you know. So there's nothing for me to really say. Amazing said 3-point defense bugaboo came out. Some of these shots were ridiculous though, not gonna lie. Some of the shots are crazy. But see, that's what and when the shots are crazy, it's like I feel like at first the shots were crazy. And then we were there was a point where, all right, these shots are crazy. Then there was a point where okay, they're hitting crazy shots, but also the way they're shooting, we need to do a better job not giving up the 3 because they're shooting it well. Then it became, okay, we're doing all right. And then I feel like we closed the game out by I don't think those shots at the end were very ridiculous. I think that we weren't defending very well. We weren't closing out. We weren't we weren't as disciplined. and it bit us. Omni said trying to get Randall 60 instead of trying to finish the damn game. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I don't even know if we really like went through the offense started going through Jalen for a large part of it. So I can't even really say that. Like that sounds fun to say, but like I don't really think that's what happened. Like I don't, you know. I honestly, Randall probably should have gotten the ball a little more down the stretch. Nick's tape said, "I know you're just annoyed, but nobody was good in that last 3 minutes." I mean, yeah, like nobody was good, but like there's very specific things that like you didn't do that you were supposed to, that led to plays that But like yeah, everybody contributed to it. It's just like if and it's not even a kill. It's like if Jalen goes for 46 or if RJ has 52, and at the end of the game, like there was a game where RJ had 44 on the year in the Bulls game, and then Jalen and Grimes went to the line and sold, and it was like damn, they sold RJ. I can't say they sold Randall. Like Randall was also in on the sale, like he was also a merchant. It is what it is. Ethan said IQ and Jalen were missing mid-range shots and floaters they normally hit down the stretch too. Painful. There was one floater that Jalen missed. The floater missed, and then like it looked like we had the rebound and somehow didn't get the rebound either. And I was just like, what just happened there? That was crazy. K13 said JB and IQ are mega off. Yeah, and I wonder if maybe RJ Barrett being able to get to the basket and collapse the defense could have helped us in this game. I don't know who you necessarily take him out for, whatever, but our offense did seem to need some of that for sure. Nick Tape said 0. In the grand scheme of things, this game doesn't matter. Obviously, the L sucks, but it really doesn't matter. Lock in a playoff spot and get ready for the postseason. Yeah, but once again, these are things that I don't want to see in the postseason, so we need to not do them now. Ethan said Randall needs to go up for that bounce stronger for sure, but there was also a lot of contact there. I'm not hearing the contact. I'm not gonna lie. Go get the rebound, bro. I watched him. I watched him lackadaisically go for that rebound like nobody else was on the court with him. So I can't now say, oh, ref, but like, no, go get the damn ball. Eric King said, getting the W would be the perfect way to end the first day of spring. Yeah, man, it would have been very nice. It would have been very nice. Very unfortunate. John Bracken said Prince has 4 points in 30 minutes 2 nights ago. Averages 8 points per game this season. Just really gross. Dia said, I'm so confused why RJ didn't end the game. Maybe you can enlighten me. Felt like they abused JB a bit. They did abuse JB, but he's not going to take Jalen Brunson out at the end of the game. And Jalen also got us a couple big buckets, so I didn't expect that to happen. I think that RJ in the second half didn't look too hot. He hit that 3 in the corner. It was nice to see the jumper going in. But and part of it, honestly, refs hate RJ, man. Once again, he should have had an N1 on that one. So RJ ended the game with 13 points on 4 for 8. He should have had an N1 on that drive where he got a charging foul called on him. And so that should have been 15 points on 5 for 9. And then he had the baseline reverse that didn't stay down, unfortunately. But, he was getting fouled on that drive and should have been at the line. And then that could have been 18 points on 5 for 9. So it's just if he makes free throws, of course. But, so I don't think he really had a bad game, but I think that he didn't impact the game a whole lot in the third quarter and in the second half. So I did not, and with things stacking up, it's okay, yeah, you didn't get this call from the ref, you didn't get this call, but at the end of the day, there wasn't production happening. So I knew that he wasn't going to close this game. This isn't really one of those games where I'm damn, how could you not close with RJ, blah, blah, blah. I probably still would have closed with RJ, but, I knew that it wasn't going to happen today. Bad Eyes said template coaching going to hold us back in the playoffs, in my opinion. Once again, man, I really think that, we should have, I would have liked to see something else. I get that, it is what it is. I don't want to overreact to schemes and stuff in the loss, but, all right, so basically what I'll say here is the Jazz in that playoff series a couple years ago against the Clippers, where there was no PG and no Kawhi, I believe, and the Clippers won, and Terrence Mann had that 34-point game and all that. Like, Toronto made an adjustment that made Rudy Gobert pretty much unplayable. Like, he rendered him unplayable. He took him out of the game and was like, okay, you got to come out here on the perimeter now. And it's like, do I have the faith in Tom Thibodeau to make that adjustment? And I want to. And so I'm hoping to be able to see that kind of adjustment. That doesn't mean that how could he have not done X, Y, Z? No, I'm not going to do all that. You feel me? But I do notice that I didn't see certain things that maybe I would have liked to have seen or gotten the opportunity to see. Once again, I think you put Julius at the 5, you pull Gobert out of the paint, you make him guard somebody, and you also open up the driving lanes. And now because Randall's at the 5, RJ's on the 4, and he can get to the bat. I think a lot can happen if you try something else. But, it is what it is. Knicks tape said, "Dear, you can't sit Brunson. The IQ is a better defender, so I get it. But personally, would have had RJ in there." Well said. Well said. RJ had a good 5 points taken away precisely. I agree. Julius could have put more effort in, but you got to factor in fatigue too. I'm not factoring in fatigue. I'm not. I'm really, 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 really not. I'm just not. Not for a rebound with 10 to 15 seconds. I'm not factoring in fatigue. Go get the ball. Go get the ball. If I was drowning, and I jumped out of the water and got out of the water and landed in a game with 10 seconds on the clock, down by 1 possession, I would viciously jump in the air for the ball. And I would worry about breathing after that. There's just no amount of fatigue that excuses, if you're so tired, end the possession. I can't rock with fatigue on that one. Nick Tape said Julius has the most points scored and lost by far this season. That's gross, man. That's gross. I hate that we lost this game when he had 57. Ethan said this was supposed to be so updo. It was gonna be crazy in here. The Knicks are for sure pissed about this one. The Heat are gonna get this work. That's facts. The Heat are definitely gonna get this work. Because I'm sick, man. I'm really sick. Dia said sure, but JB and IQ were worse than RJ tonight, so he should play in front of them. Tibbs is too stubborn. JB had 23 and 10 tonight. He was playing well. He was getting cooked on the other end. Quick he had 19 points. It could go either way. I do feel like RJ should have been out there, but I'm not tripping on that. Damn it, I got lost in the comments. Where am I? Okay. Omni said maybe it's time we switch Grimes and start Hart. Hart seems more playoff ready. I mean, I don't really think that the starting lineup had anything to do with what happened tonight. Quentin Grimes really does not play. After he starts to have, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't think the starting lineup had much to do with this. Amazing said that's the one thing that bothers me about Randall is the occasional nonchalant stuff, especially the best player. Then the gem he put up, he should have wanted this one more. Should have wanted it more. That's why the fatigue. You gotta want that. I'm sorry. I know. I always preface almost everything I say with, hey, I'm not in the NBA. Blah blah blah, whatever. But it's just bro, it's 10, 15 seconds left, bro. Go get the ball. If I'm playing a pickup game and it's 15-15, you feel me? Or matter of fact, or it's win by 2 and it's 15-14 and I'm down. Bro, I don't care how tired I am. I'm going to get that rebound. You gotta find that. You gotta go get that, bro. You gotta get that. Claudia said, let's get you out of here fast, man. I appreciate that, Claudia. Let me get y'all out of here fast, too, man. Blood said it could have been worse. Could have been Omarion. What is this Omarion thing you keep referring to? What are you talking about? What am I missing? Nick's tape said, talking about the offense is just going to piss me off because we shouldn't have given up 35 points to Taurean Prince. Exactly. Claudia said, 3 refs in the game with a total of 10 IQ in their heads. It was disgusting. Truly. It was truly disgusting. Roland said Tibbs should know better than this. He learned under great coaches about these type of games. I don't know. I don't feel that way. Nick's tape said Brunson was incredibly frustrating tonight. I thought he was way worse than his box score showed. Yeah, he definitely should have gotten that board, but at the same time, we aren't even close to being in that game without him. Yeah, that's cool. We aren't close to being in that game without him, for sure. Go get the board. Close to being in the game don't do shit for me tonight. I'm not going to lie. It's an L. It's an L. Close to being in the game does not do a damn thing for me tonight. I appreciate it. Great job. Excellent performance. I enjoyed it. You feel me? I'm upset for Julius. Like, this is a great game. Finish it. Finish it. He shot well. He had some poor moments, like some defensive lapses, things like nonchalant. He had 4 rebounds tonight. Why did Julius Randle have 4 rebounds? You know why Julius Randle had 4 rebounds? Because of the way that Julius Randle went for the last one. Hit the boards. I mean, granted, they also didn't miss many shots, so that took away from rebound opportunities. But, like, he was not actively hitting the boards. He was not closing out the way that he needs to. Julius Randle is a very capable defender. I say it all the time. He was not applying that effort the entire time. Maybe he was tired at points, sure, but, like, it's a great game. It's a phenomenal game. I want you to win this game. He didn't even get to have the interview with Rebecca. No way you should drop 57 points in the Garden and not have an interview with Rebecca. Win the game. Mazeman said, gotta win these next 3 games. Playing it simple. This team is resilient. It's all good. Refs puzzle me sometimes with these non-calls. Refs were nuts tonight, man. The refs were nuts tonight. But, yeah, we definitely got to take these games. Definitely got to get back to the winning ways, and just win as many games as we can, man. Win as many games as we can. 50 is now looking, we had to go 8-2, and now it's got to be 8-1. It's tough. It's tough. We weren't supposed to lose this one. We were not. I was supposed to be able to say, hey, man, all we got to go from here is 7-2. But nope, wrong. Roland said, man, they got to do a whole lot better defensively, period. I mean, yeah, we got to be better defensively. I think we've been pretty good defensively for the most part. This was a bad night. And, the other team also shot lights out. Like, it is what it is. Jiggerman Porto, what's going on, bro? Win or lose, I say salute to Sean, and now I'll go pout in my room. Salute, bro, salute. Yeah, we're all going to pout tonight, unfortunately. You feel me? It's very saddening. But, it is what it is. We move. Ethan said, yeah, it was a point in the fourth quarter where Brunson was getting most of the shots where I thought we should have kept feeding Randall. I agree. But, he hit a few of those shots, so I was like, all right, go ahead. Like, he felt like Mike Conley was food. So, you're going to hit the shots, then hit him. Bro said, way too many turnovers, man. Missed floaters, crowding the rim, leaving threes open. Horrible loss. Can't believe this team allowed that after what happened to the Hornets. Yeah, I think that, once again, they shot crazily. They shot crazily at first. And, we stuck with it. We got back in the game. We took the lead. We did what we were supposed to do there. But, once again, you get to that 4 or 5 minutes, 5-point lead against a team you're better than, you got to win the game. You got to bring that home. So, real tough. Way too many turnovers indeed, though. We didn't take care of the ball. We ran very ugly offense down the stretch. I definitely want to see us clean that up. We got very ugly possessions. He was also a merchant. You feel me? He was on the sales floor. He was on the call. He got commission. Zach said, I think the elephant in the room of Jew up for potentially breaking 62 kind of froze the rest of the guys down the stretch, not knowing if they should put it up or feed him. Was worried that was going to happen as we headed into the fourth. Yeah, I wish they would have just made a decision because I feel like they didn't do either. Like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened offensively. It's one of those things I almost have to rewatch to fully understand, and I don't want to rewatch that. That was painful. Brill says, Zach, I disagree, bro. Everybody was getting touches. Yeah, like I really think we should have gone to Julius more. So, yeah. Randall needs to stop shooting threes once he gets to 8. Man's never touching 9. It's divine intervention. Now, that's a fact, bro. Every time he gets to 8 threes, it's a wrap there. It's a wrap there. That's hilarious. Zach said, yeah, bro, it's true. It didn't seem that obvious, but I still believe it played a little factor, at least with Drew himself. I just, man. This is a painful game to lose. Nick Tape said, Drew got the tech because he was lazy on the board. Sucks, man. Yeah, Yeah, he knew his legs on the board. And that's why he threw the thing. That's why he threw the ball, and he got the tag, and he kept yelling about it. But it's like, hey, bro, you're not allowed to throw the ball, regardless of why you're throwing it. You're not allowed to do that. Bro said that tech made it so much worse. Yeah, just painful. Just it kind of really took away any opportunity we had. It was really sad. Nick Tape said also Mitch was not great tonight either. Mitch wasn't great. I still feel like I would have closed with him. But I mean, he could have been better. Honestly, Gobert started running wild after Mitch came out of the game that first time. Mitch had that one play where he like jumped on the pump fake or whatever and fouled him and he got an N1 and I was like, damn it, Mitch. But he like overhelped on one side and he tried to get back to Gobert and he left his feet. But otherwise, like, he did most of that period where he was killing. That was when Mitch was on the bench. Bro said fatigue does not matter. Game 7 of the finals, after all it took to get there, ain't nobody talking about fatigue. Zero excuse. Finish the job. Finish the job. Finish the job. No excuses. I don't care about fatigue. You know, maybe if over like the course of 6 minutes, it's like, oh man, he was fatigued. Closing the game, you could see he didn't have his legs, he didn't have his lungs. One play, go get the damn ball. Don't want to hear it. Bro said, yeah, Gobert over Mitch. Sadly, hate to see it. Yeah, Gobert like really seemed like he took this personally. He must have heard me. But you know, I definitely wanted to see Mitch show up better than that tonight for sure. Zach said Gobert is the most definite force on the defensive end. Would have been nice to see us pull him out of the paint, but you know, we didn't. Claudia said Tibbs lost and Finch got the W, and now he got the second most wins as a coach on the Timberwolves. That's funny. That's look at that. Look at how that wrote itself. Ethan said this is the outlier of all outlier shooting nights for the Wolves. Definitely, outlier of all outliers for sure. Unfortunately, we are victim to it. So you know, tough one. This sucks, but we'll be okay. We will be okay. We will be okay. Post-game prosperity going up Wednesday. That's a fact. Post-game prosperity is gonna be a little late on Wednesday if y'all are willing to wait for it. Because I'm gonna be at the game. So after the game, when I get home, I'm down to run post-game prosperity. If y'all are. Necesito uno indeed. Next day said Mitch let Rudy Gobert take him off the dribble like 4 times. Come on. Rudy took him off the dribble? I don't remember that. Maybe I just blocked it out of my memory because the site was so disgusting. Yeah, man. That's it. Love y'all. Shitty game. Shitty loss. Should have been a great night. Should have been yelling. Should have been saying forward and things, showing my opponent, all that good stuff. Should have been talking about a Julius Randle masterclass. But instead, we are talking about it now. And so, on that note, do post game from my phone after the game. Say less, say less, say less. Ethan said, more SpongeBob references coming our way soon. Yeah, more SpongeBob references coming our way soon. Tough night, man. All right. Love y'all from the bottom of my heart. You know the vibes. Have a great night. Until next time. Richard said, peace, onward and upward. We got the next one and the ones after that. That's facts. Do live like you did at MSG. Say less, say less. But yeah, that's facts. Yeah, man. New streak loading. So we'll get right back to it on Wednesday. We going up. We just got to put this one behind us, unfortunately. And, you know, take care of business going forward. Love y'all. Have a great night. Adios.